Hey guys, it's Heather Hope again. Okay, so today I wanted to probably briefly have a quick video for you today. There's something that I really want to remind you, and this just needs to be at least a daily reminder, so you can always come back to this video to remind yourself. You need to pay attention to the thoughts that you are having all day long. The thoughts that you are having in your mind, the words that you are saying with your mouth, with your voice, the statements that you say, the comments that you make to others and on social media, all of it. Because every single one of those thoughts and statements is creating your future. Every single one of them. This is a really big deal. Now, see, the thing is, people along the way have thought, oh, it really doesn't matter. Or, if we get into, we'll get into another video about mental diet, but it's all about what we've always talked about of being, paying attention to what you pay attention to. And including TV shows, movies, books that you read, social media, all of it. It all matters. And so you have to pay attention. You have to pay attention to what you are paying attention to, because it's creating. Okay, say you want to have a relationship, a romantic relationship with someone. And then you go and watch all of these reality TV shows that really are dysfunctional. Now, I will admit I do watch a lot of them, but I am in a pretty happy relationship. And it could always be improved. I will admit that. But, I also work on belief systems around relationships, but certain ones that come out of the woodwork, and I'm like, oh, that's okay. You can hear it in your, the things that you say to people or comments you make, say on Facebook or something. You'll catch your beliefs coming out of you, and then you're like, oh, and I delete so many things that I write on Facebook because I'm like, nope, I don't want that to be true anymore. I don't want that to be a thing in my life that is true. Because if it's a thing in my life that is true, it continues to be true until I come in and change it, or, stop looking at it, or change it to something else, or affirm to something else, right? So it all matters. So if you watch all of these crappy TV shows that really, teach you that all kinds of things are crazy and bad and whatever, and relationships are really, really, really hard and all that crap. I've never, ever believed ever in my life that relationships had to be hard. I never did. I never picked up on that. I was kind of a late bloomer in relationships. Like, I got into my first relationship. I was just about to turn 20, and I had my first boyfriend. Well, kind of, non-committal type of thing, but first, stuff going on. And then I've always been in really long-term relationships. I was with my friend the other day, and I had, mentioned that, I'm pretty much always in a relationship, and they're always long-term, and I named off, I named off the years, 14 years, 6 years, and 5 years now. And I just do not believe at all that relationships have to be hard. And the one time that with my first marriage, I realized it was really hard. It was really hard. And so through that, I was looking for support on how do I navigate this relationship? And I came across all of the crap that said, oh, relationships are hard. I was in that stuff. So, and at the time I was a Christian. It was like a new thing for me. Well, I became a Christian because I was looking for help with my relationship. So, and, so I started believing in God at that point and feeling a little bit better. But it was one of those things where I just had to like hold on. And I'm like, this doesn't, it doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel right to be in a relationship that is really a struggle. Now I have lots of hindsight now, but anyway, getting back to please pay attention to the thoughts that you have all day long. So today I've been home alone all day long and I have been verbally affirming so many things because I just want my life to go really excellent, like just absurdly amazing. That's basically my goal in life right now is just be, to have every single thing I want and to have the most amazing life ever. And so I am affirming all day long, all kinds of affirmations, anything that comes to my mind. And anytime I have any sort of a half of a negative thought, I'm like, nope, my life is amazing. I can't believe it. I've been on this rampage lately of being spoiled. Like there was in one of another YouTuber's video, somebody commented, be greedy with your manifestations, like be greedy with what you want. And so, going through self-concept and manifesting a specific person and stuff like that, a couple of specific people in my life, and deciding that, I am spoiled. Well, I used to be called spoiled when I was a kid because I was an only child. So now I want to be spoiled again. And that's just a natural thing since no one has free will in my reality. I'm starting to watch people really cater to me. And it's such a cool feeling because I used to be that person who was like, oh, I'm Miss Independent. I can do everything myself. And then I complain when nobody's around to help me. So it's like, and then I go into that whole, I used to go into that whole like, oh, nobody's ever around, blah, 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 blah. No one cares, blah, 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 all that crap. Right. It's not fun. So now I'm like, no, everyone in my reality caters to my every wish. And I am so incredibly spoiled. Everybody does everything for me. I'm playing with these affirmations because I want more of that in my life. So I'd like to be taken care of more. You know what I mean? Be coming from that Miss Independent, I can do everything myself. I would like, because people love to cater to people, especially when when they really want to, right? And I'm not verbally saying anything to anyone, and that there's a difference there. I'm affirming this completely privately to myself and watching the world unfold around me. And that's the difference between, other people who demand things from people. I'm not demanding, I'm watching, I'm allowing people to conform around me. And it's just so much more fun. So, reminder for today, pay attention to your thoughts, all of them, like any conscious thought that you can have, but create the thoughts. Create the thoughts through affirmations and affirming all day long how amazing your life is, that it's just so perfect. And any and all affirmations that come to your mind. Throw in money, throw in love, throw in people, throw in career, whatever it is, just throw them in all day long and just have your focus on that. And I promise you, you're going to feel like you're floating around. You're in this whole nother universe. Because that's what you're doing. You're creating your new reality by focusing on that reality. Like, I am so spoiled. I'm so spoiled. I am so spoiled. Everyone just loves to take care of me. Everybody loves to do things for me because, it's about time, right? It's about time to allow it because people used to always try and I'm like, no, and it just doesn't feel good. So now I'm allowing things to be a lot easier in my life. And it is because I'm focusing on all of my thoughts. Anytime I'm conscious. Yesterday, I had too many thoughts going on that I was trying to manage. So I had to go lay down and take a nap. So I took a nap and I rarely ever take a nap. But yesterday I was like, no, I need to go lay down. It was like 3:30. And I used my affirmation. I create personal affirmation videos. And I created one for myself. It's like 19 minutes long. It has beautiful music in the background. And it's all my major affirmations and story of my life that I'm creating. And it's just so powerful. So I listened to that for a while. I did some imaginal acts in my head that came to me, and slept for like 2 hours, or semi-slept. And then last night I also listened to that for a couple of hours as well while I slept. And it's doing amazing things for me. And, I wake up and I'm in a much better mood than I was in the past. And I'm just focusing on my thoughts all day long. So try that out. I know a lot of you are doing this, but religiously, like all day long, every minute of every day, figure out, like watch what you're thinking about. Watch the things that you're saying. Just watch it. I did a post recently about, I'm on the board of my local humane society. I'm the what's it called, vice chair of the board of directors. And I was in our board meeting this past week, and just listening to some, people are very positive, which is great. They're great people to be around. But I see the mindset limitations of like, this is really hard, or, this is like that. And, how am I going to find this, like that limitation. And I'm sitting there like, things could be a lot easier. I didn't say it, but things could be a lot easier if you just allow. Like for instance, an example, my YouTube channel is now monetized again. I've been monetized for the last few years, and I was strictly an Abraham Hicks channel. So I only shared Abraham Hicks material. Well, over the couple of years of being monetized, it just wasn't working anymore. It didn't work. And so I did my podcast, and, so anyway, so I had to get watch hours that weren't, banned. So I got my numbers again. I got qualified for monetization yesterday, and then, so I reapplied immediately. And it always says, that, I don't have any fear of being banned anymore because I have 0 Abraham Hicks videos on my channel. I deleted them all yesterday to be monetized safely. So which is crazy, but whatever. So it always says that it takes a month to hear back. That's what it always says. And I think the first time around of being monetized, it did take a bit of time. Maybe it took a month. I don't know. But so I'm like, I click on reapply. Okay, it's going through. And then it says, it'll take about a month to get back to you. And I'm like, yeah, right. It's going to take a couple days for me. Because I'm God. You are God too. But I'm God, and I decide when things are going to happen. And it's going to be a lot quicker than a month. It's going to be a lot quicker. I'm like, okay, great. So later on, I told my husband, oh yeah, my channel was able to be monetized again, so I reapplied. And he's like, how long does that take? And so I did not respond how I normally would respond. Normally I would have said, well, it always says it takes a month, but mine is going to be just a couple days. That's what I normally say. So instead, last night I said, oh, for me, it'll probably be a couple days. That's all I said. I left out the crap that doesn't need to be brought up. And he's like, oh yeah, it'll probably will. That's awesome. That's what he said. So guess what? I got monetized today. It took 1 day. 1 day. I don't know how long it takes, but I know it always says it takes a month, but I don't know how, with other people, but some people it would take a month, right? Because if you believe what you see, so this is the 3D. Now I know I'm rambling all over the place, but when you take what the 3D is telling you to be true, then guess what? It's probably going to be true for you. So for me, I'm like, no, it doesn't need to take a month. It's only going to take a couple days. That's what I said. And I just left it. I didn't care because I've been waiting for this day, and I'm like, awesome, we're here. I was so excited. Great. So I was actually more excited when I was 6 hours away or 8 hours away from being for reapplication. And that was the day before. I was more excited. I was like, yes. And I clapped, and I was all excited, like, yes, yes, yes. And then the next day it was like, you are, it's eligible. I'm like, oh, cool. It was like, it was one of those, when you get the manifestation, it's like, oh, cool. Today I'm really happy because I'm happy to be monetized again, because that just means I have like 300 videos of my own. And it just means it's going to get pushed out more. I have that belief that at this point, I didn't believe it before. I literally didn't care before if I was monetized. Like I cared because I was making money off of YouTube. But during the time that I wasn't, it just didn't matter to me. I knew that my videos could go viral or could get more traction if I really put the focus on it, just through my thoughts of like that they go viral, blah, blah, blah. Right. So, but now with monetization, I do know the business of YouTube, and I know that they want videos to be pushed that are monetized. So now I will take on that belief, right? Does that make sense? So I use things that are for my benefit, and I leave them alone if they may not be for my benefit, the beliefs. So now I know that my videos are all monetized. Almost all 300 of them are monetized right now, and they are going to get pushed out more because they're monetized and YouTube wants to make money. So there you go. Anyway, I'm going to let you go. Remember, your thoughts are so important. So important. All of them. Take care of all of them. And create affirmations all day long of the things that you really, really, really want. Create them and repeat them. Repeat them all day long because you want your thoughts to automatically be positive. Okay, guys, take care. I will be back very, very soon. Bye.